Righto, tally ho. Now the ASUS ROG Strix XG32VQ is my favourite gaming monitor at the moment. Why? Because it just ticks all the boxes and it's right in the sweet spot. It's 32 inches and it has that beautiful curved screen, 1800R curved screen, which immerses you, so it's the right size. 144 Hz, that's the perfect refresh rate. 125% sRGB color gamut, super wide color gamut there. It's a VA panel, 300 nits brightness, so it's better than a TN, although you might say it's not as good as IPS. For gaming, it is better. Less ghosting and so on. It's built solid and it's competitively priced. We're talking $8.99 in Australia at the moment. Probably pick it up around $600 US. You know, compared to some other, 32 plus size monitors that can go into the thousands. It's fairly well priced there. And most of all, I like it's not an ultra wide. I do prefer the 16:9. I don't like the ultra wide. And it's built solid, even though it is plastic. The stand is metal. It is built solid. And yes, you can get monitors cheaper with the same sort of specs, but I mean, where's the support? And you put them alongside this, they won't look as good, that's for sure. And it has all those ASUS features like your Aura RGB light syncing. It has the flicker free technology, the eye care with the blue light filter. And it's the perfect resolution. It's 1440p 2560 by 1440, which is the perfect sweet spot where you can get those frames you want to actually match the high refresh rate. So let's dig in and have a closer look. Alrighty there, now this is the box for the ROG Strix XG32V curved gaming monitor, 31.5 inches. They usually round that up to 32 inches. This is the box. It's ginormous. As Tiny Tom would say, it's ginormous. 144 Hz, WQHD resolution, 2560 1440, and it's not an ultra wide, which I do like. I appreciate that. 178 degrees viewing angles, 125% sRGB. That is a very wide color gamut, especially for a gaming monitor. Or a sync, of course, it's ASUS, and that's the easiest way to sync up all your RGB if you get all ASUS products or ROG products or whatever. AMD FreeSync, so it's not G-Sync, and that's probably why it's very reasonably priced for a gaming monitor. So one-click visual optimization, Game Plus, Game Like a Pro, of course, choice of champion. So it is a huge box, as you can see there. Nothing else really to see here. Same on the other side, and yeah, 3-year warranty. That is also good, isn't it? Awesome. So once you open her up and you take out the styrofoam packaging, this is what you'll be greeted with here. And first thing you'll have here is that goes at the bottom of the monitor, and this actually shines on the actual place you rest the monitor on your desk or whatever. And it shines the ROG logo. There should be a couple of these. Yep, it's a couple of different designs you can go with. And also they give you some blanks so you can actually do it yourself. Actually make your own sort of logo if that's what you want to do. Pretty kitsch sort of thing. What else we have? We have HDMI cable. And that's DisplayPort, sorry. So we have a DisplayPort cable. Your power lead there. That's a UK mains lead here. This is your USB for the upstream to connect all your USBs on the actual monitor. You have all your, all your documentation and instructions and so on, and it might have a driver in there, I'm not sure. You have the power brick here, and it's a quite neat little unit. What do we got here? 1.5 amps, 19 volts, 240 up to 240, 100 to 240 there, and we have a HDMI. Move over here and we have the actual stand. It's sort of looks like a 3-pronged boomerang or something like that. But usually these monitors are deep and you need this sort of thing. Okay. A bit of dirty rotten filth, we'll take this off, and oh, have a look at that. Come on. I believe that ROG logo lights up there. Put the stand on the bottom there. I believe it only takes one screw. So it's mostly assembled. It already has this arm on here that connects to the back of the monitor, and you just connect the stand for the base, and that's it. And it's just what, one screw here, one screw, and your assembly's all done. So while we're here, let's have a look at the I/O. So you have a cable management hole at the back there. That's where all your cables go through. You have a panel covering the I/O. And let's have a look at the I/O itself. We have HDMI display port, mini display port, USB upstream, you have two USB 3s, and you have the power cord there. I guess those USBs are sort of hard to get to, but you plug it in and you forget it. Also over here we have the joystick, and that controls the OSD, the on-screen display there, and you have the function buttons there. This ring around here lights up. As you'll see, I'll show it later in the review. And also you have ventilation. This lights up as well. And you also have embellishment on the back. Have a look at that. That graphic put into the back of it. It's not just a plain old plastic back there. It's embellished there with a bit of graphics. So pretty cool. You put this in here and you just got to line up those little marks there with these things in there. So you just pop that in, pop that on the bottom. Nice. Alright, so let's have a look at this beast here. And what you'll notice straight away is how thin are those bezels. Thin bezels, so you can match them up like three of them put together, and look at that curve. I don't know how you can see, if you can see that properly. By the way there, look in the background, you can probably see a Zephyrus. That curve is huge, right? It's like a banana. Like a banana. Yeah, it's big curve. And the reflections. What reflections? Have a look here. An IPS panel, glossy. Have a look at the gloss. Have a look at the reflections. You can see everything, right? Have a look here. Matte screen. No reflections. I have a light shining on it. It is bright outside. Light shining in. Worst conditions possible. And still, the reflections are well controlled. I have a light here. If I move that light, you can hardly tell the difference, because the reflections are so well controlled compared to that. Glossy reflections everywhere, you can see. And by the way, the light source is behind that, so this should have worse reflections. But slim bezel, beautiful design, nice curve to it. You have this sort of red accent down the bottom here. The light shines down. I haven't set the light up yet, but I will. These are just compliance stickers here. I always like these stickers for some reason. I don't know why. 144 Hz, 1440p, 125% sRGB color coverage there. So that's a very wide color gamut. So you'll be able to do your color work on it, or a sync, FreeSync. So you can sync that up with all your ASUS products or your ROG products if you have them. And look, the viewing angles are good too. Very good viewing angles. As you can see there, the viewing angles are good. I have it attached to this sort of project here. And by the way, I've got an MSI motherboard head wreck. Like the BIOS and MSI compared to, say, ASUS, it's like a joke. And the only reason I got this is because it's white. I needed all white. So yeah. And have a listen to this coil whine here. Right, listen. Can you hear that? So it does have that gamer theme, whether you like it or not, but it does have good build quality. The bezels here are plastic. It's not aluminium like that, but it does have a metal base. So it is a 32-inch monitor for size reference, 43-inch, 27-inch. Just get it back out there. Get a bit closer in there, 32-inch. So it's a perfect size. And if you set up to it, so I'll sit up to it now, and you go up here, look how immersive that is. It's going to be your whole field of view covered by it. You've got that nice curve. Light shining there, sorry about that. Got that nice curve, so you have equal distance between your eyes there and the display. I can see the quality of the display straight away is another level compared to TN. It won't be as good as IPS, but this is much more affordable. And the difference between this VA panel here and IPS is not that great compared to say TN and IPS. When it comes to visuals, viewing angles, etc., it is like in the sweet spot. And you get that 144 Hz, 4 milliseconds response, 125% sRGB color gamut there. It is a cracking display. All right, so other monitor manufacturers, listen to this. This is how you make an OSD. Press the joystick, okay? Boom. I can just go through the settings there, color, contrast, all the settings, and etc. It's very easy to slide across with the joystick on the back, contrast, whatever. I've set it to first person there, as you can see there. I've set that. Very easy to do. And as you'll see here, those buttons on the back correspond to these icons here. And so I just click to get out of this. Okay, and so I don't have to overclock this as well. So some of the other ROG monitors, I had to overclock it to get to 140 Hz or 100 Hz, whatever it was. But this one I don't. So I'll just press the corresponding buttons at the back. Boom, it comes up. Frames per second counter, align the monitors, blah, blah, blah. And if I want to click this, I press the corresponding button at the back. I've already pressed that one, sorry. So if I press this one, it's a different one. There you go. Simple, no head wreck like that ASUS one. That was like really bad. This is so simple. The OSD is really good. I like it. Alright, tally ho. Now, what's it like to game with this ROG Strix XG32VQ? Well, in one word, epic. It is friggin' awesome. It is really good. You can adjust the height, of course, tilt, and tilt there, sorry. You know, so you can get that in the place you really want it there. It will not rotate around 90 degrees, obviously, because it is a curved panel, and you may be able to see the curve there. Can you see the curve? Look at that, I've just lifted up slowly. Look at that curve. It's one big curve, isn't it? It's fantastic. And at 32 inches, perfect size there. Up to 300 nits of brightness. It's competitively priced. It's like it's $8.99 in Australia at the moment. You probably pick it up for something like around 600 US or something like that. Maybe a bit less. But for the price, I mean, there are panels out there or just monitors out there, same size and same spec, but if you put them side by side with this, I don't think you're going to get a better one. It is fantastic, and it's the perfect size, being at 32 inch or 31.5 inches with the 1440p. You will need a probably 1060, 1070, maybe. I would say even a 1080 to get the amount of frames per second you want. But even if you do not have like a 1060 or above, still worth getting, just because, you know, a monitor you will not replace for years, like 5 years, maybe even more. But a graphics card, you can conceivably replace that within the next couple of years. So, you know, the next generations of graphics cards, like the 1060 equivalent, might be able to do 1440p at 150 frames, no problems in PUBG or something like that. It's beautiful, vibrant. I mean, we're running at low frame rate here, but it still looks pretty smooth. No tearing. I never noticed any ghosting whatsoever. The best way to look at ghosting, to find out if it ghosts, is look at trees, or even actually in PUBG, it's good. It's actually good to just look when the plane goes over. Go in there, hacienda. That's where you go. Yeah, it's. If you look at the plane in PUBG, well, where's the hacienda? There it is. If you look at the plane in PUBG, when it drops off the care packages, you'll see if your display ghosts. If it doesn't ghost there, it won't ghost anywhere. So I love it. It's just another level compared to my monitor. I've actually reviewed my monitor a couple of videos back, but yeah, if I had $900 to spend on a monitor now in Australia, I mean, that's a new price. That will probably go down eventually because this is a new product, but still, it's fantastic. I'm using a controller here, so I'm probably going to die very quickly. It's just easier to film with a controller, but look at it, 100 frames per second here, 1440p, super smooth. Where's the tree? We ain't got many trees around here to look at ghosting, but we'll go have a look at some ghosting. If there's any ghosting, have a look on the bright sky. Do we get any ghosting? No. No ghosting I can see. Of course, what you're looking at on the video is not 120 frames per second or 140 frames per second, so you're not going to see what I see anyway, but it's just super connected feeling, super buttery smooth. It is just really epic to game with this monitor. It's my favourite, without a doubt. I think it's my favourite. It's the favourite because of its size, its resolution, and yeah, it's not widescreen, so I like it like that. So I'm just going to go in there, get killed. Haven't got a vest, so I'm not going to last very long. Oh, hello. Someone got a vest? How do I, what do I do? Controller. Oh, there you go. I knew it wasn't going to last long. Not in the Hacienda, you never last long there. I mean, we've cleaned it out a few times with the Bunta from Box Hill and Dodgy Day, but end of the day, this is probably my favourite gaming monitor at the moment. It's just ticks so many boxes and I just really love it. In actual fact, I'm not going to say I'm going to buy it because, you know, I just purchased one not long ago, but yeah, I would love one. I would really love one of these monitors. And anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you're new around here, why not subscribe? And until next time, guys, tally ho.